This is Jimmy Burns from Malvern, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.
In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
And a very good Tuesday evening to you. Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. I'm your host, Greg Rempe. Thanks for joining me tonight. Happy to have you aboard. As always, a great show lined up for you, so if you know what you want to talk about and you feel like you want to jump right in, let me give you your contact information so you can do so. 216-220-0966, phone number to jump in, or if you want to shoot me off an email, you can do that at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Either way you want to do it, you're more than welcome to try one, both, neither, if you're so inclined. Hey, if you have your email up, why not shoot off a link? Include the link, latalkradio.com. Let them know that the Barbecue Central Show is on the air right now and that you would like to have your friend become a Centralite as well. It's something we're trying to do to grow the listenership. So go ahead and take an active part in growing that, rolling it out, and getting it out there. Take it to the next level of listenership. I would appreciate that. Again, the link you want to send your friends, latalkradio.com. Tell them to tune in right now. Of course, you can always keep up with what's important in the world of barbecue and grilling by going to the website, thebarbecuecentral.com. And if you've missed a show here on LA Talk Radio, fear not, you can go to the Barbecue Central bio page by clicking on the Barbecue Central badge, which is located on the latalkradio.com homepage. And you will see a full list of archives there. If you're an iTuner, you can go to iTunes and search me by author name, Greg Rempe. You can search by show name. Don't forget, you need to click on the podcast section first in iTunes, and then do your search, and the full list of shows here are archived on iTunes as well. If you're an iTuner, make sure you click on that little I right next to each individual show all the way over to the right. That has the complete show notes, including links to show sponsors, advertisers, important sites mentioned during the course of a segment interview, and so on. So if you don't go to the LA Talk Radio to get your show archive notes, you can get them in iTunes. Just make sure you hit that little I button there all the way off to the right. Otherwise, you just get a very brief description on who was on the show. And there you go, a little piece of technical information for you in that regard. So here's what's happening on the show tonight. Next segment, and this is going to be kind of an awkwardly timed out show, as my guest is stuck in traffic currently, but he should be available here within the next 10, 11 minutes or so. So we'll just time it out. We'll pull out an extended first segment for your pleasure, and then we'll hook up with my first guest and only guest of the evening, Dave Lefko. Dave is part of the half of the duo that makes a fabulous flavoring out there on the market today. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. I believe a forum member from the Barbecue Central forum posted about it a number of months ago, and this product is called Bacon Salt. And I'm not talking salt that you put on bacon, like like table salt. This is actually bacon-flavored seasoning, which can go on, I would imagine, a full complement of anything. You want to add a little bacon flavor, go ahead and break out your bacon salt and shake it on there. Comes in a host of different flavors. Also, they have other products that I don't want to blow up here during the first segment because I think it kind of lends itself to the flow and the cadence of the interview. But nonetheless, looking out for that. And, of course, you can find out all about Bacon Salt by going to their website, baconsalt.com. It's J&D's Bacon Salt. And I believe that is Justin, I believe is Dave's partner's name. Yeah, Justin Essich or Essich and Dave Lefko. So I'll be joined by Dave here in about 10 minutes or so, third segment, if that's what we'll call it. It'll probably be the 4-segment free-for-all by the time we get done with everything. And usual cast of characters in regards to giveaways, the 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce, and the Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack. So if you haven't won and that's something you want to try your luck on, feel free to dial in. And that number again is 216-220-0966. Again, the email address, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. So if you want to call in and weigh in on something that's happened here over the last couple of weeks, feel free. And now I do have a few extra minutes to go ahead and address some of the things that have been happening over the last few weeks. A couple weeks ago, I had Chris Lilly on, and we talked at length about the new product that Kingsford is going to be coming out with, I believe, in April of 2009. And I've been reading on many different barbecue websites, grilling websites, that you might or you may or may not be able to get your hands on a bag or two of this stuff prior to the actual release in 2009 for your own testing purposes. I've sent out some feelers, some of the Kingsford reps, to see if I can't get my hand on a bag to kind of do my own independent test study on the competition briquette. And again, I've made no bones about it. At this point, the best, what I would call the hybrid fuel, which is your lump briquette. You're getting the high heat of the lump. You're getting the consistency and the long burn of the briquette. Mix those together. Hybrid seems to be a very hot term these days. So this is the hybrid fuel. And Original Charcoal Company had by and far the most outstanding hardwood lump briquette you could get, the Rancher product. And as we had mentioned a couple weeks ago, Home Depot just didn't pick them up. My own personal opinion is that because their parent company, that being Kingsford, is Clorox. Clorox put the bum's rush or the stronghold on Home Depot and said, we might give you bigger rebates or special pricing if we're the only briquette on your shelves. Doesn't matter about straight lump. Obviously it doesn't, because they carry cowboy lump. But we want to be the only briquette on the shelves. And that pretty much aced Rancher out of the deal. And then falling back down to the fact that Original Charcoal Company then didn't have a major store to ship to and enhance their distribution to get it to the points where it needs to be, lends to whatever the Original Charcoal company is now, which I believe you have to be some type of business in order to get it. You can't get it at many places. They're really more regionalized at this point, which is a shame. I mean, again, the product was outstanding, and there's testimony after testimony after testimonial agreeing with me to no end. So that's too bad. But I refuse to mark out and be a Kingsford apologist. There seems to be an overwhelming opinion that only now Kingsford is bringing something to the market that the quote-unquote the people have been demanding for a number of years now, getting away from the terrible smell of the Kingsford when it lights up at a full grill, when you're lighting that big charcoal chimney up, the incredible amount of ash that takes place during the course of a burn-off. And now they're coming to market with this competition briquette, perhaps positioned as a way to look at evolving and still becoming or maintaining the leadership in this particular brand. But I think if you would ask a lot of people, this is more of we need to do it now to retain the customer base that we have, but bring some of the people that really threw down the blue bags and left. So that's my thought there on the Chris Lilly thing. He's obviously partnered up with them. He's certainly not going to speak ill. And I have heard good things about the competition briquette. So I will withhold judgment on that point until I get a bag myself. And if I have to wait until April, like the rest of you people, I'll wait. I'll try it out, and I will fairly evaluate and give you my honest opinion, because that's what I do, and that's what we do here at the Barbecue Central Show. Then, of course, last week we had Eric Weinstein from criticalpalate.blogspot.com going over, and I thought last week's interview with Eric was educational, which is something we don't really do here in the barbecue sense, education. But to learn about the history of how things become kosher, what is and what isn't right from the get-go, right down to the point where, the blade that is slitting the cow's throat has to be immaculate without a flaw and error and chippedness, to make it nice, because, you're killing it. but we don't want to do any further damage. We don't want to rip the skin across the neck when we're slitting it. But I found that conversation to be fascinating. And maybe that's just me, but I got a number of emails from people across the country telling me that they had never heard the amount of in-depth insight about the whole kosher thing. And again, we're kind of in a holiday, where the Hanukkah's coming up. So while it did seem holiday specific, it wasn't really. This just happened to be a segment that was proposed to be by Eric. And did I say that right? Proposed to me by Eric. And we put it up. I thought it was great, and whether you liked it or you didn't, for no other reason except for great educational value and becoming a well-rounded person, which is what we strive to do here at the Barbecue Central Show. I liked it, and I welcome your opinions as well. And what can I tell you? A lot of great stuff coming up here, too, in future shows. We have, what is her name? I'm going to forget her name right off the top of my head. And this is a shame. Her name, she has a food blog. It's a very popular food blog called SteamyKitchen.com. Her first name is Jaden, and I am not going to remember her last name. Well, I can quickly pull it up here. But I'm sure some of you have seen Jaden's food blog. It's, again, very popular. She did a big write-up on something that Larry Wolf has actually tried. Larry's a forum member, in case you don't know, about the heavily salting of a non-traditionally great cut of meat, like a ribeye or a top round, and salting the heck out of it and letting it sit on there. I believe a few other people from the barbecue forum had actually tried that as well. So I got in contact with her. She's going to be coming on next month to kind of talk about that, so that's going to be a good thing. And again, a very big food blog that she writes, very, very popular down there in the Florida area. And let's go ahead and jump to the phone lines. Okay, we're not going to jump to the phone lines. We'll go to break. I'm still going to do my show regardless. You can get it in the podcast form, and we'll do it like this. I'm going to raise up Dave Lefkoe from Bacon Salt. You'll get it in the podcast, people. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro-Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central Show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, love charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Steven Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Chillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue Central Radio on your Tuesday evening. This is LA Talk Radio. And I thank you for joining me tonight. Realize we're dealing with some technical issues on the LA Talk Radio side. So bear with me. I'm going to continue to press through here and at least get a podcast out of this in its live sense. But as promised, joining me now is my guest, and his name is Dave Lefko, part of the dynamic duo that founded Bacon Salt. Dave, thanks for coming on tonight. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing great, thanks.
Good, Dave. Evidently, we're running up against some technical issues on the California side of things, but I figured we'll just go ahead and continue to do this. We can, if things go terribly awry, we'll just have you back on again and continue to talk about it, but let's give it a shot and see what happens. Bacon Salt.
Yeah.
Wonderful idea as far as I'm concerned, but how does one actually, or how do you guys... Where does the idea come from? How does it come about?
Well, like any good idea, it starts with about 10 shots of tequila. We were in Miami. We were working in a software company, and it was an idea that Justin had just started thinking about at a wedding that he had been to that actually, ironically, it was the ultimate of ironic weddings. It was like a kosher military wedding. And he was at a table having a conversation about bacon and how amazing it was to a group of people that have never really been able to eat bacon before.
Okay.
And it just sort of hit him like, wow, should make something that makes things taste like bacon salt. And we met about 2 months later, and we were working at the same company together. We were in Miami drinking on Miami Beach, and you mentioned the idea for bacon salt. I'm from Chicago, man, and when I heard that, I was like, we got to make that like right now, because bacon is a staple in the Midwest. I mean, it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner food. So that's what we did. We decided to make a seasoning that makes everything taste like bacon, and it became bacon salt.
And prior to this, you didn't, aside from just being coworkers, I mean, you and Justin didn't hang out prior to this. Just this idea kind of brought you guys together.
It definitely brought us a lot closer together. I mean, we'd hung out before, and I considered him a friend, but we weren't like joined at the hip like we are now. But yeah, it was an idea that we both were really passionate about from the get-go, and we ended up very soon after having to quit our job to keep up with all the people that were ordering it.
All right, so, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but you come up with the idea, you're like, hey, this is something we want to do right away. What kind of research goes involved? Are you talking to culinary professionals? Are you just sitting people down and putting stuff in front? I mean, how do you go about getting what kind of resembled or what resembles now bacon salt?
So we first tried to do it the wrong way, which was we've fallen on our faces a bunch of times in this whole process, but we first tried to mix bacon drippings and sea salt together in my kitchen, and that was a horribly failed experiment. I mean, it was yellow, it was like coagulating, it had a shelf life of about 2 days, it looked weird, it smelled weird, it tasted weirder, and that just didn't work. And so we decided, all right, well, let's find some people that know what they're doing. Let's meet with like a chef and some food scientist type of people and figure out how do we make a shelf-stable seasoning that tastes like bacon. And that's what we did. We contacted some manufacturing companies and did some research and found one that we liked and just started working with them to do it. And, you know, they hit it on the head. I mean, we submitted in our proposal to them, we said, we want this to taste like the smell of bacon frying on a Sunday morning. And that's what they made. I mean, it was pretty amazing how well they were able to do it and pull it off.
And this is just some type of company packer that actually was able to decipher what you write down on paper, and they actually were able to put it in the bottle.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, we were involved in the process. I mean, we started with original hickory and maple as our first flavors. And
right.
Maple, which has recently made a comeback, was not good the first time around. And so we actually ended up switching to peppered. But, yeah, I mean, we were happy with the results. You know, when we first got the seasonings back from the manufacturer, I mean, we probably cooked everything in my house. I mean, we had 5 or 10 people over that we knew, and it was just a feeding frenzy. It was like inviting sharks to dinner. I mean, we cooked steaks, we cooked all the frozen meat that I had in my freezer. We cooked eggs, we cooked potatoes, we cooked just about everything that you can imagine that you can cook, we made that night. And it was all great. It was all great with the exception of ice cream. I don't suggest bacon, salt, and ice cream.
Now, you just alluded to a couple minutes ago that you actually left the job you were at to actually start up J&D's Bacon Salt as its own company, and this is something now you've been doing full-time for how long?
It's been about 1.5 years, actually. So we before we actually launched, I mean, we kind of got to this jumping off point where we're like, wow, this is going to cost us like $5,000 to do, get our first run of like a few thousand jars of bacon salt. And it was, one of those things where like, do we really want to do this? And I don't know if you read on our website or not, but we actually ended up winning $5,000 on America's Funniest Home Videos. My 3-year-old kid hit me with a T-ball. This is kind of just, where it kind of takes a crazy turn.
Right.
And they gave us $5,000, which is exactly what we needed to start the company. So we've got a 3-year-old venture capitalist that actually funded the company, and that's my kid. And then, it was when we officially launched it and got it made, it was July 16th that we launched it. I think we had to quit our jobs probably about 3 weeks into it. The first week, we sold out all 3,000 jars in like 6 days. It went to people in 11 countries and 25 states, and we just sort of looked at each other and said, what the heck is going on here? And it just kept on going strong through Christmas, through the holidays, and now we're in about 9,000, 10,000 stores around the country, grocery stores, and it's just it's selling like crazy.
How does the word get out during that first run that you have this flavoring, and that bang, within days you've sold through your first run, and now you got to drop out of the job and get more done ASAP? I mean, how did you get the word out?
Well, we were poor, and we're still kind of poor. We're not like a big company with a huge budget at all, and we just said, what's the cheapest thing that we can possibly do to get the word out? And so we use sites like MySpace and Facebook and Dig and StumbleUpon, some other ones. Really, we came from the social media space, and so we just did what we knew, which was we went out on MySpace, we built a MySpace profile. We went out on Facebook and built a Facebook group, and we started inviting people into the group and to add us as friends on MySpace that had a clear love for bacon. So as an example, we went on MySpace and looked for people who said, I love bacon on their MySpace profile.
Right.
There's like 35,000 people that say that on MySpace. So, bacon lovers is a pretty big audience, and we just wanted to find people that really, really love bacon. And that was the word of mouth sort of approach. And that really, it just took off from there. Once people had it, we sent some people some advanced samples. We went out to blogs. There are actually bacon blogs out there as well, like iHeartBacon.com and
Sure.
some other ones. Sent them samples too, and just tried to engage people that really loved bacon and sent them free samples of our product, and that worked. I mean, they told everyone they knew about it, which really propelled us to the next level.
Certainly, nobody loves bacon more than the barbecuers. all over the vast country with the love of just pork products in general. But, of course, bacon and its associated fat can be used to scrambled eggs in or seed your pits, seed your barbecue pits, so on and so forth. Have you noticed any type of partiality to the barbecuers in regards to the bacon salt?
We've got a UPS guy that is like a champion barbecuer. And he comes into our office, and even when he doesn't have deliveries, he was coming into our office and saying, "Hey, can I get some bacon salt? I'm experimenting with this and experimenting with that." I'm a barbecuer too. I love grilling. I grill all year round, even up here in Seattle when it rains. And he started coming in, after he took some bacon salt, he'd come in like a couple weeks later and say, "Hey, I just smoked a whole pig," and he'd bring us like pulled pork and all sorts of cuts of ribs and everything. He said, "This is the best that I've ever made." And so it works well on the smoker. It doesn't have any sugar in it either, so it doesn't burn on the grill.
Right.
So yeah, we've had a ton of barbecue teams and folks like that have really taken a liking to the seasoning, and that we've really tried to encourage to use it and experiment and play with it. So absolutely, it's a great audience for us.
Dave Lefkoe from Bacon Salt joining us on the Barbecue Central show. How many flavors do you currently offer right now, the bacon salt?
We're actually up to 9 now. So we started with original hickory peppered, and then we added a natural flavor that we put in like Whole Foods and those kind of places, the natural stores. And then we've since, for the holidays, come out with some special flavors. We've got a cheddar flavor, we've got a mesquite flavor, we've got an applewood flavor, we've got jalapeno, and we brought back maple. And they're all really, really good.
Is there a lot of not to get too technical, but is there a lot of margin in a bottle for you guys, or are you selling more off of volume?
It depends on the channel that we sell through. I mean, we sell to a lot of people online, which, we, through our website, baconsalt.com and baconace.com. So we, that clearly will make more than any place else as a company. But then, when we go into the stores, there's lots of middlemen and that sort of stuff that you have to go through. So, I wouldn't say we're rolling in any kind of windfall profits yet, but we're on a good path, and we feel good about where we are, and we've come a long way, and the bigger you get as well, the more you can drive your costs down with suppliers, because you get volume discounts. You can start buying jars by the container load, and caps by the container load versus saying, okay, I want to buy a few thousand at a time. So that really does help. But I wish it was better? Sure. I mean, that's part of my job is, just to make sure that we can get margins, but we're not trying to bilk anyone either. So it's really important that you get on the shelf at a good price point. I think we're at the right price for what we're doing.
Dave, can I hold you over for a commercial spot, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how you got into the stores, and then, of course, we'll talk to Bacon Ace?
Yeah, you bet.
All right. We're talking with Dave Lefkoe of Bacon Salt. You can find out all about his products at baconsalt.com. When we come back, we'll see how he actually got into all of these stores, because there's people that are selling rubs that would love some insight on that. And then, of course, we'll talk about my favorite product, Bacon Ace. Stand by. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro-Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Chillington, Pennsylvania.
On your computer, on your Wi-Fi radio, on your iPhone. Commercial-free, original talk. Only on LA Talk Radio, your favorite talk station. Let's get back to the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio, I guess. It's Tuesday evening. We're talking with Dave Lefko of Bacon Salt. Dave, thanks for hanging through the break with me. And how do you go about actually getting into all of these stores? There's a number of people in the barbecue world that have manufactured some type of dry rub, and they sell it on the internet, or they look to get in. They're in a few independent stores here, maybe in a local regional area around wherever they live. But to get into the Albertsons and the Publix and the Krogers, I mean, how does one actually do that?
Well, it's hard. I mean, we've worked harder than I think we've ever worked in our entire lives to do this. I mean, it's definitely not a part-time thing. It's tough to do as a part-time thing. You're one of 40,000 items in a grocery store, so you're not really, in the grand scheme of things, that important to the store. We've been lucky in a lot of ways. We've met with a lot of buyers that really liked our products. We've attended things like the Fancy Food Show. There's another one coming up in San Francisco, which has been good for us. But generally, I mean, it's a really tough business. One of the things that we were really fortunate in is we met a guy at a food show who had been a VP of sales for a lot of big food companies, and we just asked him. We said, tell us about this business. Can we take you out to lunch? Can we buy you some cigars? Can we wash your car? We'll do anything just to learn a little more about the business. And he really helped us out. And so, and he didn't ask for anything to do it. And so we really try to help anybody out. If there's anybody out there that wants help or has questions, we're happy to help them as well. I mean, we're blessed that there was a guy out there who was willing to take the time and sort of educate us on how the industry worked. And so we really try to help other people as well as much as we can.
Now, notwithstanding the amazing amount of success that Bacon Salt has had, you guys are probably sitting around, probably having some more shots of tequila, figuring out what could be the next step. And, of course, it makes complete logical sense to me. Why not bacon-flavored spread, Baconaise? Tell us about that.
Well, Baconaise is the product of what started as a customer request. Someone emailed us and said, people email us all the time, by the way, and they send us whatever they want to taste like bacon or smell like bacon or look like bacon. And they crazy, awesome, fun ideas. One of them actually, I'll tell you about in a minute, that we did that was kind of crazy and has actually worked pretty well. But Baconaise was one of those ideas, and it was someone who emailed us and said, I want you to make spreadable bacon, and namely a mayonnaise product that tastes like bacon, because that would make an awesome BLT. And we said, wow, neither one of us, we both looked at each other. I said, that's a good idea, but the problem is neither Justin nor I like mayonnaise at all. And so we said, how are we going to make mayonnaise that tastes like bacon without us actually eating a lot of mayonnaise in the process?
It seems weird that guys that like bacon don't like mayonnaise that much.
No, I've never liked mayonnaise. But I thought the idea of a spreadable bacon product was really good. I mean, I thought that if we can make it taste more like bacon and less like mayonnaise, I would eat it. And so we wanted to make something, it was kind of a unique challenge. We wanted to make something that even we would eat and even we would like. Mm-hmm. So that's what we did. I mean, it was a 6-month process. I was meeting with our chef probably every 2 or 3 days, and I'd go down to our facility, our R&D, where our R&D folks work, and I would cook up about a pound of bacon, and I would, have a jar of mayonnaise that we'd whip up and mix flavorings into and that sort of stuff, and, take a bite of bacon, and then take a scoop of mayonnaise. And I think I probably gained about 15 pounds in this process. I mean, it really is maybe one of the most unhealthy things that I've ever done. But, just trying to just get that right taste. And that was a really hard thing because mayonnaise has a taste all of its own that you need to work with. So it's not as simple as just dumping bacon salt and mayonnaise. I wish it was that simple, but it wasn't. And so it took a long time for us to really get it right, where we felt like this is a great product, this is a winner. We feel comfortable putting our names behind this, and that was the genesis of it. And then we launched that in October of this year, and it's been, we've had a real problem just keeping up with the demand for it so far, and that's just through our website and about 90 stores up here in the Northwest. Every store that we've been to, they've been out of the regular mayonnaise. It was that was definitely an interesting process, and I think we're really proud of the end result, and now have a new manufacturer starting up that's going to help us be able to get into a bunch of stores with that as well.
Well, we when I saw bacon salt, of course, it made sense to me, and then I was actually looking at Baconaise, and this was just a couple of weeks ago in my cube when I was planning out my sales week on a Monday, and the guy sitting next to me, I was like, "Hey Scott, look over here." I said, bacon salt, is in its own realm of coolness, but look at this. And then we punched up Baconaise, and he just started laughing. And when the samples came that Justin sent out, obviously the bacon salt was very good. I was honestly a little leery about Baconaise, but I slapped it on a couple pieces of bread. Yeah, absolutely. And slapped it on a couple pieces of bread, put some cold cut chicken on it, and surprisingly delicious. So I can see potentially why it would be hard to keep on the shelves. People give it a try, and it's actually very good.
I think we are surprising a lot of people because, just if you look online for what people are saying about Baconaise, we're either the Messiah or the devils. There's no in between. People either love mayonnaise or they hate it. We actually emailed the woman. So, we did sort of a variation of the same thing that we tried with bacon salt to get the word out. We tried to find people who love mayonnaise, and there are a decent number of them, not nearly as much as those who love bacon. So we Googled "I love mayonnaise" and found the first search result for that, and it was a woman named I think it was Allie, and she lives in I can't even remember where she lives, but Kentucky. She lives in Lexington, Kentucky, and we sent her some Baconaise. She's a blogger. She had a blog post about how much she loves mayonnaise. She's got a really popular blog, and so we sent her some Baconaise, and then within 10 days she put up a video that said how much she loved Baconaise. She emailed us. She asked us if she could be our spokesperson. She turned out to be really, really cool. So, it's. I think people are kind of skeptical at first, and some people, the two most common reactions are, I think this is the greatest invention in the history of mankind, and then the other one is the exact opposite of that, which says that these two guys are going to hell.
Right.
So, there's no in between. It's a love it or hate it kind of thing. But when people try it, we haven't had very many people that said they didn't like it. I mean, it's probably 1 out of 1,000. So it's, you know, I think it's a good product, and hopefully that will speak for itself.
Do you have anything in the hopper, new products that, you know, you can kind of give us a scoop on here in the Barbecue Central show?
Well, there's one product which I wish Justin was here to hear this, but sounds like it's going to be podcasted, so I'll let him play it on his computer. But we were trying to come up with different things that we would come out with for the holidays. We actually came out with an Ultimate Bacon Lovers gift pack, which has all of the new flavors of bacon salt. It's got a jar of original and a jar of Baconaise in it. And then the last thing that we put in it was something that Justin and I had a little argument about. He thought it was the dumbest idea that I've ever come up with, and I thought it was one of the best ideas I've ever come up with. And it was for a bacon-flavored lip balm.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Did you guys try? Did you guys get that?
I didn't get it, but we saw it on the website, and that really took us back.
All right, we got to send you some because it's actually really good. I mean, it tastes just like bacon. Which is sort of a weird, disarming thing at first. It's like you're slathering like something that tastes like pork fat on your lips, but it's really delicious. So that actually has been one of our best sellers for the holidays. So Justin's eating a little crow on that one, but yeah, we came out with that as well, and that's been real successful for the holidays. People are giving it as a stocking stuffer. I think a lot of it is just sort of for the novelty of it, but
sure.
You know, it's gotten good feedback as well from people that have been emailing us back. But other than that, yeah, we've got a couple other things coming. I mean, we're working with a partner. There's a company that we're launching some sunflower seeds with, the world's first bacon-flavored sunflower seeds.
Nice.
And that's coming out to all the 7-Eleven stores in March of 2009. And they're amazing. They're absolutely incredible. And then got a couple other little snacky kind of things in there, too, that'll be a surprise down the road. But it's all really good stuff. I mean, I think we've got the best job in the country, which is we make things taste like bacon.
That's the best thing, no doubt.
That's a good thing.
Dave, where can people go to find out more about Bacon Salt?
Baconsalt.com and then Baconaise.com. That's with 2 N's. And and anybody, again, the offer still stands. If there's anybody out there that's trying to market a seasoning product or anything like that, we love helping entrepreneurs out. And you guys can email us at passthebacon@baconsalt.com. We're happy to help anybody out there.
Dave Lefkoe is half of J&D's Bacon Salt, a bacon-trepreneur. Dave, certainly appreciate you coming on tonight talking about Bacon Salt. Maybe when things are less technically challenged, we can have you back on again for sure. But again, thanks for coming on tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
I'd love to do it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Dave. Dave Lefkoe of Bacon Salt. And this could be one of the worst technically challenged shows on the face of internet radio. But look, we record. These things happen. We're not dialed in via, what the hell do you call those things? ISDN lines. If that were the case, I'm sure things would be better. But we're dealing with what sometimes a connection on my end, something that I can't hear that doesn't get relayed out to California or vice versa. It doesn't happen all the time. So what can I tell you? But I can tell you this. I'm not going to hang out here and draw no winners this week. Let's say it like that. I apologize. But we'll have guests on next week. We'll have less technically challenged shows next week. And we'll have winners next week. So thanks again to Dave Lefkoe from JD's Bacon Salt for coming on. You can visit his website at baconsalt.com or Baconaise. That's bacon, Naise.com. Pick up some of that. I guarantee you'll be surprised. Baconaise. Good on a chicken sandwich. I believe Broad Topics is rerun tonight at 10 o'clock, so if you haven't heard any of the Broad Topics shows, it's new to you. Well worth staying tuned for with Laura, Joan, Kelly, and Jillian. Next week, I will be potentially joined by Brad Maffitt, Barbecue Central Forum member, who has graciously donated a segment time to talk about something completely outside the box. Not even barbecue related, except for the fact that he has a barbecue family on the internet. Brad is having a bout with testicular cancer, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to see what it's like being diagnosed with that, checking yourself out, going to the doctor. So, again, outside the barbecue box with a segment with Brad Maffett. And then down the line, we have SteamyKitchen.com with Jaden. We have Carrie Oliver from Oliver Ranch to talk about beef tastings, kind of like a wine tasting, but with beef. We're chock full of content. We'll look forward to your calls next week. And until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro-Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, love charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Steven Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Chillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.